And so how, in a very practical way, and I know it's going to be different in each office, each industry, each dynamic, but when you tell people to start with influential leadership, do they start by talking to their team? Do they start by talking to peers who are on the same level? I imagine some of it depends on what they're trying to influence, but do you approach it as conversations? Do you start with actions? What are kind of, how do you take those first steps?
The first steps are, you know, someone who's friendly to you. You have a buddy in
Mm-hmm.
the office that may be in a different department, maybe in your department, maybe below you, above you. There's somebody that you know that you can talk to. Start there. And so
Okay.
when you get that, sometimes people just get on board with ideas because they like you. And they're like, yeah, whatever, sure. What do you want me to do? And so then now you have that person on board. And so once you create them as an equal in this mission, then you say, hey, you know, who likes the things that you want to talk about? So they've got other buddies that you two are not just best friends. They have other best friends. I know you don't want to believe that, but they do. and and so there are other people that they feel like listen to them and that want to get close to them. So it starts to become this chain. It's viral. I'm sorry that word has sort of changed meanings, but it
Tainted.
it becomes a viral approach to getting people on board with stuff. So yeah, really just start with your buddies.
Okay.
Start super informal. This is an informal spread of any kind of idea, and then once you have 5, 6 people who know about it and are like, yeah, that's a cool idea, let's talk more about that. Now you can take it to somebody who wasn't in the loop.
Hmm. Okay, that makes sense. This has been hugely helpful. Those are all the questions we have. But I actually, as I've been thinking about this, I mean, you're somebody who don't worry, I'm not going to scare you with any big questions. But you're somebody who studies this, you practice it, you thrive in all of this. And I think for a lot of people, there's a lot of discomfort and
Oh
anxiety,
yeah.
change, and communication, and rocking the boat, turning over the apple cart. What would you say as kind of for those people? You're an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur. I think we probably like it. For people who don't like it and find it very uncomfortable, what are some tips for them to try and, gracefully go through this time and not react from that place of self-protection and fear, but get into that place of productivity and kind of work on that changing the heart, changing the mind aspect to it.
I'd say the biggest piece of advice is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. We aim for comfort because it feels good, but there's a lot of power in discomfort, and I don't mean just banging your head against the wall kind of discomfort, but this uncertainty itself has discomfort associated with it, and it actually has to do with neuroscience. It's because of the way the brain registers uncertainty. Whenever you have to make a decision without knowing all the data that you would need to know to make that decision, there's a part of your brain that fires. It is activated, and that same part of your brain that's activated in uncertain conditions is the same part of your brain that is activated when you have emotional or physical pain.
Mm,
So uncertainty just feels like pain, but it's actually not going to hurt you. Pain is generally trying to alert you to something that might damage your body or your relationships. And uncertainty is not always damaging. It just means lack of information. It doesn't mean actual danger.
mm,
So getting to a place where you can recognize, oh, I feel pain, I feel uncertainty, this is uncomfortable. Ask yourself, is there something actually dangerous or is it just an unknown? Because risk and unknown are different.
mm.
Risk means there's a possibility for failure and a possibility for success. Risks are actually good. We like risks. Uncertainty is a big black box of I don't know. And we don't like that. So don't call it risk, call it uncertainty, call it what it is, and recognize that it just feels awful, but it's not actually going to kill you.
I like that. It's not going to kill you.
Not going to kill
That's
you.
the biggest takeaway. Amazing. Nicole, thank you so much for your time.